I swear by the moon and the stars and the skies.
Hey folks, Crazy Glamorade here again, and we are going to proceed with our 20 from 1994 series. This is game number 18, and it is a 3D polygon rail shooter created by Sega and their AM2 division for the Model 2 hardware, and this is called Virtua Cop. And I do not recall coming across this in the arcades, but you can play a two-player simultaneous play if you like, and it is a light gun game. And yeah, this was made on their Model 2 hardware, and there was a Model 2 emulator that I could not quite get to work satisfactorily. So I had to try the arcade original version on that was emulated through MAME, and it's not perfect. And you can see these black bars on the screen that I don't think are supposed to be there. But I was able to get it to work okay. I apologize for having to take way too long to get back to this series, but I had technical problems with the emulators I was trying a couple games on. But I think I might be past that now. At any rate, yeah, this is a 3D polygon rail shooter, and it's pretty dated looking in spots, very blocky looking, but it's still well worth playing. The thing I like best about this game is that when you come up to when an enemy is starting to appear on the screen, you'll see these colored rings appear around them, which shows where they are quickly, and you can react faster. It's really kind of nice. that guy on the right was, I think, the main bad guy of the game, and he looks really rough. The polygons aren't smooth by any means in this game, but it's still well worth playing. There's various weapon power-ups that you can get. There will be innocent bystanders that will run out in the line of fire that you don't want to shoot. If you shoot them, that guy looks terrible. If you shoot them, you will lose one life unit, and your life units are heart indicators at the bottom left. And you will start out with 6 with each life. And when you run out of those heart containers, you have to spend a continue, and you will pick up right where you left off, and you will get 6 hearts again, I believe it was. But you have beginner, medium, and expert difficulties, and there are 3 parts to each difficulty. We are going to start with beginner. And to beat the game proper, you have to beat all difficulties, and you should start at beginner, then medium, then expert. If you start with expert, I think you can, but I don't know how the game will end if you go in the reverse order. But as was common with a lot of rail shooters at the time, if you want to reload, you have to point your light gun, towards the edge of the screen and fire, or off of the screen and fire, and you'll reload. And you'll note that the colors of the rings that surround this enemy that you have to shoot, and sometimes there will be multiple enemies on screen at once. Shoot the one with the rings around it first. You can shoot enemies that, do not have rings around them. Sometimes they'll run around and they won't have rings around them. You can just shoot them. But the colors around the color of rings around the enemy will change from like green to yellow, then orange, and then to red. And when it's red, they're going to shoot at you. So you want to get them as soon as possible. Now, I love that some of the enemies will fall off of high ledges depending on how you shoot them. Or they may just hold their arm if you shoot them in the shooting arm or something. I like how they react differently, the way that you shoot them. Now, there will be items that you can destroy. There will be crates, and there will be red barrels that you can destroy. You may also be able to get an enemy to fall from a high ledge onto those barrels or crates and destroy them. And you can get weapon power-ups from certain destroyed barrels or crates. And here is 1/3 of the way through one of the difficulty settings or scenarios or whatever. Not all of the barrels will be destroyable or crates either, and you won't get very many weapon upgrade opportunities in the game. Here I neglected to continue. If you do continue, you do not carry your score over, unfortunately. But you do get to put in your initials if you reach the high score list, and I did. The legendary Yu Suzuki had his fingerprints on this game. He was involved. There was a... yeah, they can fall from way high. And I like the detail that oftentimes you'll see the gun fly out of their hands as they fall. And sometimes the enemy will just destroy crates or barrels themselves. Or, like I said before, they can fall on them and destroy them. Sometimes they'll drive a car or something right through them. And what's kind of stupid is that sometimes you'll automatically get the weapon upgrade that's inside the barrel or whatever. And sometimes the weapon will appear on screen and you will have to shoot it to get it. I don't know why that is. It's kind of dumb. And here I have the automatic weapon upgrade. Stop it, Bandicam. Kind of got jittery just for a second. Sorry about that. We're not going to do a full playthrough, but for the most part we will. And here is the 2/3 of the way break that we get through the easy difficulty. Or was it beginner? Yeah, beginner. And your enemies are gangsters, and they will be around this dock area. They'll be in this like underground parking structure, I think it was, and they'll also be at the gang's headquarter building, or a building that they've taken over, and there will be innocents running around inside it. But yeah, there will be green barrels and there will be red barrels, and the red barrels are the ones that you should be able to destroy. But sometimes it seems that you have to expend a lot of bullets on it, and then all of a sudden you're out of bullets. So it's best to have 2 players play. Maybe a second player can go for the weapon upgrades, and you can just try to focus, or player 1 can focus on the bad guys. There will be some guys that can throw axes or other weapons at you, or grenades or something, and you might need to shoot the weapon in mid-air, or shoot them so that they stop lobbing them at you. Or sometimes the enemy will pop up right in front of you and try to slash you with a weapon. Yeah, right when that ring turns red, they're gonna shoot at you. So you gotta get them before that. And here is the first boss.
Pretty bold, aren't we? I'll take care of you myself.
And this boss will fire a grenade launcher at you, and you'll have to shoot the grenades or rockets or whatever out of the air before they hit you and cause damage. And after he takes a little bit of damage, he will actually there will be a later boss that will like jump away, and then you'll have to fight his minions.
Wait, I give up. I'll talk what you want to know about a racket. Gotcha.
Gotcha. Nope, you shot him. Well, I shot him. That chopper there will be the final boss of the game. This was the boss of the beginner stage. So you have to go through 3 stages, or 3 parts of that stage, and then you will face the boss. And now we will go with the medium setting. This was the Japanese original ROM, I guess, because there's Japanese text. In name, it says this game does not work. For the most part, it does. There might be some graphical slight differences from this and the properly emulated game, or properly running game. There was a Virtua Cop 2 and a Virtua Cop 3, I believe. This game was also known as Virtua Squad for Windows. But again, this ran on the Model 2 hardware, and we will be seeing a number of games in the future on my 20 from lists that will be from that hardware. Yeah, sometimes the rings will start to appear just off screen, and you'll want to be ready as soon as you see the circles start to form around that enemy. And there will be multiple enemies starting to pop up one after another real quick. So you gotta be ready. Now, something I didn't point out yet is up at the top left, there will be a bonus multiplier. And shooting enough enemies in a row can increase that bonus multiplier. And you can make it make the enemy worth more points once that meter is filled up. But anytime you get shot, it's reverting down 2 levels. You can make it up to like 9 levels, I think. So 9 times whatever their basic value is. But yeah, when you get shot, it drops down 2 levels, and it can drop down no further than 1. The different weapons, the different power-ups that you can get, there's like a very, very, very rare life up power-up that you can get that gives you 1 more heart. It can have what was I going to say? You cannot get any more from point values, only by finding that power-up. And it's super rare. It only appears like 2 or 3 times in the game. I've never seen it. But the weapons that you can get, there is an automatic, and that gives you 15 bullets. It is a single shot, and you can reload it. But anytime you get shot, you will lose whatever weapon up you've got, and you'll go back to your regular revolver. There is also a machine gun, and you can get 30 bullets for it. It is rapid fire, but it does not have a reload. And when it's out, it's out. You go back to your revolver. There is a rifle that gives you 24 bullets, and you shoot 3 bullets at once. There is no reload. So you'll just be out when you run out. And then there is a shotgun, and that is 6 shells. It is a single shot, and it has much wider range when you shoot it. Very useful. And you can reload that. And again, anytime you get shot, or if you shoot a civilian, or if the stage ends, you will lose that power-up and go back to your revolver. Yeah, I love seeing the enemies fall from high ledges and smash down on crates or barrels. And there's a guy that's throwing axes at me. Shoot him when you can, or shoot the axes when they're in midair. There will be a guy that drives this truck, and you have to shoot through his windshield and shoot him. Otherwise, he'll smash the truck right into you and take one bar off your life, or one life indicator or heart indicator. By every life that you have, you will start off with 6 hearts. And again, the only way to get more is to find the very rare heart icon. Yeah, this was not working in the AM2 emulator properly, or at least to my needs.
Help me!
So I just tried through regular old MAME, and it says it's not working, but it works. But yeah, the graphics are probably not spot on. There's some sort of protection chip or something. And there was a weapon that I had to shoot to pick up, and that was the automatic. And again, there's the automatic, there's the machine gun, there's the rifle, and then there's the shotgun. And there's also one rare life mark that you can collect.
Help me! Help me!
The enemies pop up from the same spots. I think the power-ups pop up from the same places. I think maybe sometimes you can shoot the gangsters and you'll automatically get the power-up weapon that they had.
Help me!
You may be able to destroy the green barrels with enough shots, but it's the red ones, I guess, that you want to destroy to hope that there's a power-up behind them or inside them that you can get. And again, sometimes you have to shoot the power-up because it will be an icon. Usually I think it doesn't. Usually I think you automatically get it if you shot whatever crate or barrel it was supposed to be in. Now, I never saw this one in the arcades, never saw Virtua Cop 2, never saw Virtua Cop 3 that I can remember. You can continue to shoot objects while you get that between stage screen that shows you the bonus points that you get for the amount of enemies you shot, or how much life you had left, or whatever bonus points you got for shots hit, accuracy, etc. You can continue to shoot objects or whatever. Yeah, I would definitely recommend playing a two-player simultaneous play because, like I said, one player should focus on the enemies and one should focus on maybe getting power-ups. But you only have 6 shots. And once you're out, you need to point off screen and fire, and then you'll reload. And that was the common mechanic of many rail shooters around that time. And here's the boss.
Sure enough, you two. So you made it this far, huh?
And this is the boss of the medium difficulty, and has a flamethrower, and you can shoot his flames in midair. And you'll also want to shoot him, and after taking a couple hits, he'll drop back down behind those crates, and his lackeys will come out and take shots at him. And eventually you'll be able to shoot at him again. There he is. The protagonists, player 1 is called Michael Hardy, and player 2 is called James Cools. If you shoot one of the red barrels and blow it up, and there's a civilian nearby, don't worry, it won't hurt them. The windows a number of windows you can break shooting at them. Not these windows, unfortunately. Yeah, I love the detail of the gun flying out of their hand and bouncing on the ground. I think that's kind of cool. What's I gonna say? Yeah, though, if you come across a window you can break, you only need 2 shots. And I don't think shooting a window really will reveal a power-up, but it can stop an enemy that's driving a vehicle at you. Yeah, I think you get a bonus for hitting the gangster's weapon arm when they're about to shoot you, and it's called, oh, the game says what kind of bonus it's called. But yeah, keep an eye on those colored rings that appear around the enemies. It'll start at green, and then change to yellow, then orange, and when it's red, they're gonna shoot at you. So try to get them earlier than that. And yeah, sometimes the enemy will drive a vehicle into crates or barrels or something and destroy them for you, and maybe that'll reveal a power-up. And there may be chain reactions by enemies falling into piles of crates or barrels that may unveil the power-up for you. That was nice. There really should have been a weapon power-up somewhere in there, I think. I don't think you really get enough of a crack at weapon power-ups. And they're gone before you know it, because once you get hit, you've lost it. I think I mentioned this already, but once you have to spend a continue, you do not get to carry your score over. You have to start back at 0. You can kind of tell by the accent of the civilians that they're probably voiced by one of the Japanese programmers. Sometimes your shooting has to be pretty dead-eye when the civilians drop down and there's an enemy right behind them. That guy slashed me. I don't think you get points deducted from your score. Well, maybe you do if you did shoot a civilian.
Help me!
But you definitely lose 1 marker of life for shooting a civilian. I didn't play any 2-player simultaneous play up to this point, but we will look at a little bit of it in a moment. Hope you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving. Mine went better than I expected. I've never been a big fan of family get-togethers of any sort, really, if I can help it, but it didn't go too badly. I don't really like Thanksgiving type of food. Turkey, gravy, stuffing, not really my cup of tea. Whoops. I brought a giant family-sized chicken pot pie that I made. Turned out pretty good. Yeah, I think I collected all of the different types of power-ups during the gameplay, apart from the life-up icon. I don't know where the hell that is. But I've read that it appears like 2 or 3 times in the game.
Don't shoot me!
If you're a civilian and you're in a hostile situation like that, the last thing you want to do is pop up right in the middle of the firefight and yell, "Don't shoot me!" You're probably gonna get shot. Sega released a number of games with the word fighter or Virtua in it. There was Virtua Fighter, there was Virtua Cop, I think there was Virtua Tennis, Virtua Soccer.
Don't shoot me!
We already covered the first Virtua Fighter, and we'll be seeing more in the series in iterations of my 20 series. You can shoot the computer screens. And some of the extra things you can shoot, I'm not sure that they factor into your score or not. Yeah, if you really like rail shooters, then you should definitely find plenty to like about this game. Nice busy soundtrack. I like it. Like I mentioned before, I really like the rings that appear around the enemy to tell you where they're at or where they're gonna appear. And again, there's the rifle. Sometimes there will be enemies on screen and you will not see the ring around them. You don't have to shoot them, but sometimes they will have power-ups. So definitely shoot them if you can. But more than anything, you want to go for the guys that have the colored ring around them. It might be that little statuette there, and it's supposed to be. I think it's Jackie Bryant from Virtua Fighter.
But now you'll regret being in the wrong place.
At least that's what I read.
Time.
And this is the second to last boss of the game. The expert difficulty has 2 bosses, and this is the first. And it's this guy in this big robotic suit. When you see the gun arm with the ring around it, you'll have to shoot it. And for some reason, my aim was not working. I was just shooting at his body because I knew it was damaging him. Sorry about that. Again, sometimes Bandicam is glitchy. I have to use Bandicam because it records over the video that I already made, which was way too large a size, and I have to shrink it down with Bandicam. If a video is too large of a size, then it won't upload in YouTube. Even though it looks like he died there, I guess he survives because he gets escorted away by the police at the end.
All I need. I'm through with you two. Now you meet your maker.
At least I think that's who gets escorted away. And this guy in the chopper will fire bazookas out of the launchers. and you can shoot at the launchers early and probably take a number of those rockets out at once. But it's the body of the helicopter that you want to shoot to lower that life gauge down. We'll just scoot forward to me beating him. It is kind of a cool ending here. See the chopper fall down and blow up, explode on the ground below. Kind of cool, even though the graphics are, the 3D polygon graphics are blocky and look very primitive. Well, they were continuing to look primitive up into the later 90s. I remember Tomb Raider looking pretty silly. Lara Croft with her triangular boobs. And those are the protagonists, player 1 Michael Hardy and player 2 James Cools. And they walk like they got a 2x4 up their asses. Well, that is Virtua Cop, created by Sega and their what is it called, AM2 developmental team. And it was on their Model 2 hardware. I gotta put in my initials again. We'll look at a little bit of two-player action, and we'll look at me shooting a civilian as well. And again, that will dock you 1 life point off of your life meter, or 1 heart off of your life meter. And we'll go ahead and get started. You can't choose different stages. You have to play the same one. And I think player 1 gets to choose it. Yeah, I never saw any of the Virtua Cop games at the arcades. I think the first I'd heard of it was when I first got the Model 2 emulator. I think it's called Nebula.
Shoot outside the screen.
I like that they tell you that. Remember to shoot outside the screen to reload. Take that, stupid civilian. We'll just scoot forward to completing, and you see both players get those bonus points there. But that was Virtua Cop, game number 18 in our 20 from 1994 series, created by Sega and their on their Model 2 hardware. Well, this is Crazy Climber 80, and thanks for watching. I hope you join me soon for game number 17. Bye-bye, folks.